Hi, the purpose of this video is to clarify a few moments about the system. The people ask a few questions about people still being skeptical about the whole system and how it's working. How is this seamlessly connected to the stock system? Or if I tweak the display, whether it's going to retain its waterproof capability or not. And yes, so I'm gonna try to answer all the questions, although this video is gonna be short, uh, because if I can talk all day about it, about the capabilities of the system. But long story short, uh, there are three major components that I install into the bike. Two different boxes and one motherboard. The motherboard goes inside your display of the Boom GT 6.5, just the display portion. The waterproof capability is not being tampered at all, so it retains full 100% capability of being waterproof. So it doesn't matter if it rains, cats and dogs, so it's a good old Harley system. So anyways, and one of the blocks is the Android console itself, which is specifically was built for the Harley. And another box is a little video interface that allows to put the video output and use the stock monitor as an output device. So basically, this is like an additional computer aside the stock system. The only problem is, well, it's not really, I don't really consider the problem, because the graphics processor of the Boom 6.5 is so old and it just can't keep up with the Android system. The Android system is a 2-core processor and it's pretty fast. So for example, when I was testing the CarPlay, testing Waze, so Waze having issues to redraw actually the latency and response time of the screen of the graphic processor of the Boom is much more longer than expected, and the picture sometimes freezes, so I wouldn't recommend use Waze via the CarPlay. Although the built-in Waze into the Android is solid, 100% stable, and it works like a charm. So as for CarPlay, everything else is working. Google Maps is the champ, my favorite. I just tested it. I rode to San Jose and back, put about 160 miles altogether, and the system worked flawlessly. So so let's get started. So I'm gonna put it in accessory mode. So the stock system boots up. Excuse me for the sound. It takes about 25 up to 25 seconds to load up the Boom system to its minimal capabilities. So, and by the way, I'm gonna try to well, since I'm using my cell phone to film this video, well, I'm gonna try to hook it up and actually show you guys the CarPlay. So right now, all this put out from stock system. Now you see it's stopped and it's switching to the Bluetooth of the Android. So basically, nothing happens with the stock system. All your system is intact. It's not being tampered with, right? So you see all the navs there, comms there, media, whole 9 yards. So you don't only have to pair up the Bluetooth device to the Harley system. It just won't make any sense. If you will pair it up to your phone and then use the CarPlay through the Android system, then you can use any brand of the Bluetooth headset. Does that make sense? Okay, so what we did, we actually programmed the system, especially the nav button, when you push it and you're switching into Android. Boom, right there. So we're in the Android. If you're familiar with the Android, and this should look familiar to you. So it's got settings, navigation, which is Waze. It's got all my apps. It's got the Google Maps, and this is the CarPlay module. So if I press my apps, and you'll see all the installed apps, which is Netflix, whole 9 yards, Play Store, which is analog of the App Store for the iPhone users. So it's got my Waze, weather, all kinds of YouTube, radios. So I got the Sirius XM radio. How about that, huh? So one of the guys asked, "Hey, I got the Sirius module installed, so you know, can we retain it since there's live traffic in there and all that?" I get it. So we're the bikers. We try to help the other bikers. So we try to make the system very less dependable from anything else. For example, I can either use this Sirius XM, which I can download from Play Store, which is free, and then use my credentials, right? So right now it's using my home Wi-Fi, and when I'm outside the house, I just share the internet via the personal hotspot from my phone, and it works flawlessly. So there you go. You can use XM, although I'm not personally using it a lot. My wife does, but like if we go, I don't know, probably here. I can go back to Harley anytime. I'm back here. I still got my engine nada, everything.
Once I was strolling one very hot summer's day.
Back to Android.
And I thought I'd lay myself down to rest.
Turn it off. Now, go back to main desktop. So, for example, Waze, and you see that module that I install inside the display. It allows me to use the touch screen as it like the stock system, you know, but for the Android as well. So Waze is being loaded, and it's loaded. Everything's working as advertised. Or I can go to Google Maps. Okay. For example, go to Home Depot. Now your question is going to be, hey, where's the sound?
The Home Depot may be closed by the time you arrive.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Oh, that was cool. Anyway, as you can see, it's working. So just gonna go back, and I don't know how much of the tech person you are, because the people are different, and they have different needs also, and how they use the system and why they use the system. Some people are fine with whatever the Boom 6.5 is offering, which is totally okay. You know, being a motorcycle rider, having the navigation, good navigation, dependable navigation is always good. But you know, we live in the century of the technology. Technology just it's within us. You know, every house, it's in your smartphone, smart homes. Look at the cars. You know, all the cars, like all them gizmos, they come stock. So why not the motorcycles? Anyway, so we were able to make it happen and actually work on, you know, the Harley. So the settings, you can see this is typical settings for the tablet. All the Wi-Fi, your display, all that good stuff, right? So if you want, you can use Netflix, watch movies. I guess I'm gonna show you movies. I don't know, being a writer, I'm like, do I really need it? No. But it's nice to have. I don't know what movie to. Let's try this one. There you go.
Let's get ice cream.
This man knows stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun fact about ice cream.
Come on, man.
Give it a rest, you jerk.
Hey, lay off! How about you give it a rest? Tuna isn't real.
Okay, hey, calm down. Hey,
So,
hey, lay off. Come on. What are we on a playground here? Do you know the ice cream cone was invented in...
okay. So I'm gonna close that out. All the ways, Navi, so weather. So also, as you know, the Harley Boom comes with a USB port, right? Which is in the glove compartment right here on the right side. But the My console comes with 2 more USB ports. So which is going to be 3 altogether. So one can be used for the CarPlay, which is right here, and I got 2 more right here, and I can hook up personal hotspot device or whatever, the USB flash drive with music, with movies, you name it. So I'm gonna plug this into this guy to my phone.